I was never a fan of dating apps, but after my last breakup, my friends suggested I try dating apps, saying that it would make my dating life alive and fun again. Flying around and swiping random guys left to right, when one of the profiles really caught my eye. It was a single pic, very closely taken, focused on the deep blue eyes of Ethan.
Truth is not always what you see through your eyes.
His bio read, "Out of sheer curiosity, I swiped right." We matched, and eventually, our conversation led us to meet up, face to face. After some coffee at a place near my apartment, Ethan invited me for dinner at his house. As we ate dinner in the dim light, I couldn't help but admire Ethan's face. His emphasizing sharp jawline made my heart skip a beat. His profile hadn't captured the intensity in his eyes enough. There was a kind of manic hunger in them that sent a shiver down my spine. Yet, there was an undeniable magnetism about him, a darkness that repelled and attracted me. Our conversation goes surprisingly well. We talk about underrated art and banned literature. He raved about his love for Edgar Allan Poe. He recited verses about love and loss, his voice filled with a chilling intensity. As the night went on, Ethan suggested we head out to his backyard.
How about some fresh air?
He asked. I hesitated for a moment, but Ethan's smile, boyish and disarming, made me comfortable. His backyard was surprisingly nice and cozy, but there was a strange odor in the air, making me crinkle my nose.
"Something smells,"
I said, noticing a grill tucked away in the corner. Ethan let out a chilling laugh, a hollow sound that sent shivers down my spine.
Just a little lamb burger, family recipe,
he whispered with a grin. My stomach twisted. The lamb looked unnaturally dark. The edges were grilled black. Suddenly, I noticed something more on the patty. There was a long strand of blonde hair wrapped around it. I felt like throwing up.
"That doesn't look too good. Making me sick."
I mumbled, backing away. All of a sudden, Ethan's smile disappeared. His eyes narrowed. The charming personality is replaced by a cold, dangerous gleam.
I promise you'll love the taste of it. Just give it a try, Monica.
The words sent a fresh wave of terror through me.
"I don't feel well. I need to go."
No, you don't.
He growled. He grabbed my hand with surprising strength.
"What are you doing?"
I screamed, trying to free myself.
Don't you see, Monica?
He hissed. His expression was now a mix of anger and desperation.
We were meant to be together forever.
Desperate by sheer terror, I wrestled free. I stumbled back, tripping and falling into a bush. That's where I found a bleached skull and several long bones. Ethan raged at me again.
Monica, don't ruin the food.
With a rush of adrenaline, I grabbed the shovel in the corner of the garden. I swung it at Ethan blindly. The thudding sound of metal on bone echoed in the night. Ethan fell to the ground. I was staring at him with the shovel trembling in my hand. The burger, the bones, Ethan's words, they all clicked into place. He wasn't just a psycho, he was a monster who couldn't handle rejection. And I was about to become another entry in his collection of discarded dates. Dazed and trembling, I ran outside and called 911. The image of Ethan's twisted face and the gruesome contents of the bush made my fingers tremble while dialing the call. Ethan remained unconscious until the police arrived. A group of them got inside his house while I was escorted out by the paramedics. But even amidst the flashing lights and concerned questions, I was not able to shake the feeling of fear. I was on a date with a cannibal. The following days were a blur. News reports the police had discovered a room in his house filled with the remains of young women. Each had matched with Ethan on dating apps. A part of my mind remained haunted, the lingering smell and those horrific laughs in my nightmares.
It was 9 years ago when I matched with Olivia on a dating app. She was 27, divorced, and living in a suburban area not far from my apartment. At 22, I was just looking for some fun, to be honest, and Olivia seemed perfect. We clicked instantly, bonding over a shared love for classic rock, horror movies, and a mutual disdain for small-town gossip. There was a spark between us, an electric attraction, so to say.
You like the Rolling Stones?
Yeah, I saw them live back in '99. That was a wild night.
We decided to meet at a bar she recommended. I remember the place well, flashy light with banging music. And then she walked in. Olivia was stunning. She had this effortless charm, a confident gait, and well, a smoking hot body. We laughed, flirted,
You so beautiful.
and drank more than we probably should have.
I'll be honest, Steve. I like going around with younger men. And I'm not looking for anything. Just so you know, it's a one-night thing.
Sounds perfect to me.
We left the bar, and Olivia invited me to her place. Her house was old, with a Victorian style that looked kind of unsettling under the moonlight. My drunken brain felt uneasy as soon as I stepped inside. The house was beautifully maintained, but had an unnerving air about it. The living room had antique furniture, dark wood paneling, and heavy drapes. But something didn't fit. The creamy, textured carpet. It clashed with the decor, standing out like a sore thumb.
Nice place you got here. Daddy sells oil?
Daddy shot himself when I was 3. I got the place after the divorce. My ex-husband was into real estate. Want another drink?
She handed me a glass of drink, and we settled on the couch. Her touch was intoxicating, and soon our fingers were exploring each other's while our eyes locked. There was something about her brutal honesty, her charm, and her confidence that had me drunk more than the drink.
You have great taste in decor. Very vintage.
I'm a sucker for antiques. They have a history, a story to tell, just like us.
Oh? And what's our story?
2 strangers meeting by chance and sharing a night of adventure.
Sounds exciting. What kind of adventure do you have in mind?
One that starts with good drinks and ends with, well, we'll see.
I like the sound of that.
So, tell me, what is a handsome guy like you doing on dating apps?
Looking for someone intriguing? I guess I found her.
Flattery will get you everywhere.
Good to know. And what about you? Why dating apps?
Not many places for women like me to find young men like you.
What do you mean, women like you? I think you are charming.
Really? Shall we take this adventure elsewhere? I have a special room for my guests.
Lead the way.
But as she grabbed my arm to lead me to her bedroom, a wave of nausea hit me. I stumbled, and before I could stop myself, it came out. I vomited all over the carpet. I remember Olivia's demeanor changing in an instant. She flew into a fit of rage, rushing to grab a mop, her face twisted with anger.
You idiot! You ruined my carpet!
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
I sewed it with my hands. The one thing in this house that doesn't remind me of my sick ex-husband. And now, your vomit is all over it.
Realizing I had blown my chance, I mumbled an apology and hurried out of the house. My head was spinning, my stomach churning. I made it home and sit into bed, cursing my capacity for ruining what would have been a wonderful night. Now, 9 years later, I saw her face plastered on the news. Olivia, now 36, was arrested. A secret torture room was uncovered in the basement of her house, where she kept young men and tortured them. One of her victims had managed to escape and alerted the authorities. The police found evidence of cannibalism, token parts of previous lovers she had taken, and the final horrifying reveal, a carpet made of human skin. I sat there, staring at the TV, in disbelief. The creamy textured carpet flashed in my mind, and a chill ran down my spine as I realized how lucky I was.